Yo, I just wanted to make a quick video kind of talking about the Theb ban because it's kind of crazy that it even took them this long, but it honestly came as a surprise that he actually did get banned and terminated off of YouTube. Usually terminations happen after like 3 strikes on YouTube, but for this it was kind of instant since it was a DMCA on all of his videos across like from the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken, which if I'm also not mistaken again, gives you an individual strike for each video, but I might be wrong about that. So like imagine like 100 strikes pretty much since he's constantly uploaded about the video game, constantly making new accounts, constantly ban evading, all that stuff. So it's kind of crazy. Can't really do anything about it because you're not going to appeal over 100 fucking DMCA strikes, which is just, you know, overwhelming. It must have like kind of scared him a bit when he saw that when he opened up YouTube. Thankfully, Theb might come back. It's a most likely sort of thing just because he has been in talks with Moist Critical from what it looks like, and probably by this point with higher ups that work at YouTube, so it would be kind of big if he came back pretty quickly too. It might be resolved right away, honestly, and it most likely will go in Theb's favor just because the reasoning behind it is really not valid at all. Like, it's not a valid reason at all. Obviously textbook rules though, banning someone constantly for ban evasion is bannable, but under the context Theb was banned under the first time, it's not really much of a valid reason to constantly barrage Theb with bans every time he streams, uploads, and at this point anytime the motherfucker breathes, because holy do they seem to have a hard-on for Theb. It's actually kind of crazy how bad it is. Theb has actually, you know, wondered if there's like a literal SOT dev just constantly looking at his streams anytime he uploads, mostly obviously when he streams because that's live, so they would just ban him on the spot the second he starts like playing for a little bit. Like, it legit seems very targeted. He's even mentioned in the video that he uploaded but was deleted then re-uploaded on Crud's channel. Like, the dedication it must take to constantly ban someone for 5 years pretty much and counting is astonishing considering how much he has pretty much done for this game. I'd say in this current time Theb is one of the top creators in the space that, you know, consistently plays SOT. I feel like a lot of the bigger names have either had unrecovered burnout from the game from playing too much because they've constantly grinded it over and over again, and or just pulled tutorial vids out of their ass because they have completed everything that there is to do in the video game itself, which, not a roast by the way, I completely understand. There's like nothing to do in that game. It's very, very dry, but I mean, think about it. Rare, your game is literally dry as fuck. Like, it's so ironic that there's a whole ass sea in the game, but the content is so dry I get thirsty when I load into the game. Like, it's pretty obvious that Rare is a very greedy company, yet they banned Theb, someone who brings attention to their game and can possibly give them more money when they load into the game because their favorite creator plays it. I mean, shit, your biggest piggy bank right now is probably the Emporium. You literally promote the shit out of that every update, more than actual updates that will benefit the game because, you know, you're just greedy as shit, and yet your greedy ass couldn't see the opportunity that the smartest option would have been to literally unban Theb, make amends with him, and have a chunk of the community at least have a little bit more respect for you. It still won't change the fact that you make shitty updates every goddamn season and don't really offer anything that will keep people, you know, entertained for a couple months before you release the next update, but he's well respected in the community. People actually love the guy. Like I said, it wouldn't change much, but now that you DMCA'd Theb, that made pretty much everyone in the community, including other parties that don't even play the game, to hate you a lot. And more than usual. I mean, shit, one of those creators is massive, really massive, which is Moist Critical. And the phrasing of the following point that I am about to make is kind of crazy, by the way, because it's funny to think about if you really think about it. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. So let's look at it from Rare's perspective. They decided to ban a cheater who ban evades and plays the game normally, rather than a cheater who ruins people's experiences with teleports, aimbot, auto anchors, flipping ships, skin changers with racist implications, flat out saying and playing racist songs or terms through open mic, etc, etc, etc. There's a lot more cheats. Supposedly there's more coming, blah blah blah, better ones, this and that. So sure, you can argue that Theb ruined people's experiences through just playing the game since he was supposed to be off the game because he was banned a long time ago, but like, again, the positives that came out of him being on the game and being around all the time constantly through uploading and live streaming are things that literally benefited Rare, yet they still terminated him. Like, what? Like, I don't see Theb yelling slurs or cheating of any kind. I have literally interviewed a cheater, and just off of seeing Theb's vids and him being a public figure and all that, a cheater has a very different mentality because they don't really have much of a public image to begin with. They're very secretive of the way they play. They wouldn't even talk in game chat unless they're gonna say some racist shit or play something stupid through the mic. And I mean, bro, motherfucker was literally 15 years old, and you got middle-aged men and women beefing with him ever since then. But hey, low priority other cheaters, you know, hey, let's make a shitty tall tale that caters to fossils that probably don't even know what an email is. And get this, let's put a curse in the Emporium too for $6 or $7, whatever the fuck. And I'm sure our audience will also be happy when they buy a $20 bundle to repeat the same process of world events that they have been grinding for 3+ years over and over again for like some shitty cosmetic that's probably not even worth it. Like, I can't wait to complete a tall tale and get a shitty little clock for it that I'm never gonna pull out because who the hell uses a clock in a video game? Unless it's like part of the mechanics that's mandatory and all that stuff, obviously. Like, for real, the people that make content on this game are the reason this game is even still alive to begin with. Without personalities, this game is a complete failure, and shooting your own foot like this will only make it worse for the future of this game. And knowing Rare, they can't make another successful game. Look how Sea of Thieves is going right now. It's barely surviving, but I guess I'm all out of time. It's honestly just kind of annoying how bad Rare is at making a good game with $1 million idea on their hands, and seeing them constantly fumbling the bag this bad almost makes me think that they need to fire everyone on board and start fresh, but hey, what do I know, I guess. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'ma head out. Bye-bye. Like, quite literally, I'm talking like if I'm Theb's lawyer at this point.